telling where they'll go. And it's nothing short of apropos. Well, they're out there fighting when they should be writing. Settle up for Adventure Brodeo.
Well, I mean, this just looks delightful and horrifying all at once.
There's a lot going on here. I don't like the look of any of it, really.
Yeah, it's concerning.
Slightly, I guess, drug-fueled nightmare. Is that the theme of today, Brodeo?
I mean, it's not a wrong description by any means. Alright.
I'm forward to seeing how this game justifies itself.
Well, let's go ahead and jump right in.
Story.
The story. Oh man. Oh yeah, I guess obligatorily we'll just sit right back and we'll play a game and of what we don't know, cause I have no idea what this is except it looks funny.
I think you should customize this little guy with all your favorite stuff.
Honesty. That's what people need from their theme tunes. Well, you can customize your whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
So,
sort of.
maybe.
I'm gonna go cylindrical head.
Yeah.
And I can't change anything else, so I'm gonna stay the rest.
You can only change the shape of your head. So far, so good.
Good evening, boys and girls, ladies, and gentlemen. Turn the lights down low and shut your faces as I wrap you in the cozy blanket of a story. A story as heartwarming and soft as a mother's kiss. Or is it? Shh. Once upon a time, there was a boat. Now, this wasn't just any boat, children. It was a ship full of friends, hundreds of friends, best friends, one and all. A veritable friendship it was. Get it? But it wouldn't be very ladylike of me if I didn't mention the most noteworthy friend on board, Hattie Hattington. Say hi to Hattie. Hattie was like king friend of Friendship Kingdom, best friend to one and all, and the walking definition of handsome gentleman. Now, one fine morning, Hattie and pals set out for a new, exciting adventure. What fantastic wonders would they discover this time? Perhaps they'd come across a scary ghost ship. Perhaps they'd find an island made entirely of candy. Perhaps they'd meet a band of scary, swashbuckling pirates and join forces to find an island made entirely of candy.
You're gonna have to really yell to be heard over this guy, because I don't think I turned the narrator down when I turned everything else down.
To be shared. Now today 'twas a day like any other adventure day. Spirits were uncrushably high. Everyone was singing and dancing and having a jolly time. When suddenly the ocean was all like surprise and a huge, massive storm broke. What a strange, mysterious island.
I get the gist.
The shore is riddled with little friend-sized footprints. I guess the tide brought them to land.
Okay.
How utterly convenient.
No.
But where have they gotten to? Who knows? I don't. Do you?
There's no way.
There we go.
I don't. Do welcome to Battleblock Theater.
Okay, we
Go
should
inside.
be better now.
The door.
Did you get to the point?
Anytime.
Alright, I've got jump punches.
Well, that's all you need in life. You can go a long way just by jumping and punching stuff.
I mean, there's probably other lesser attacks too, but who cares? I have jump punches.
Yeah.
I have the best move in every
For
game.
Mario. It's good enough for literally every other video game character. Alright, so what was the gist? You got on a boat with some big square-head guy, it crashed.
Yeah.
I feel like we almost didn't need an intro movie for that.
Looks like there's some sort of you will never see this. Okay. It's a real mental puzzle there.
Or did they just leave that in when they were designing the game? I don't know. I don't never see this. Just leave it in.
Look, man. I know you think we're not gonna finish or sell any units, but this is getting a little sad.
Starting to question your commitment to this project, Phil. It's literally the first level.
come on. Don't make a thing that looks like I'm not supposed to jump on it, then let me jump on it, then not have it lead to anything.
Yeah, Phil.
Put it on. Don't put it on.
Hey, it's Hattie. And look, he's made some wonderful new friends. Ooh, and they got him a present.
Huge
How
cat
thoughtful.
people.
Hey, wait a second. I don't think that was
Cats
a
with
present.
hats.
Those guys aren't wonderful new friends, are they? Just stay hidden and keep quiet. They haven't seen you yet. Oh no, they see you.
Is this
But
is this
isn't gonna be
plot?
good.
Seems to be plot.
Seems a bit generous.
That wasn't good at all.
Seems like I got attacked by something.
Zach
Steve,
and
do you have
Jack
any
in
ability
the-
to increase your volume? You're coming in a little soft today.
I moved the mic right near my mouth. That
I'm
might
sure
make
folks
a
will let us
difference.
know that that is both better and worse in some way.
Right next to my mouth.
Betrayed by Hattie.
Who are these cat people? What do they want?
That seemed less like a betrayal and more like a possession?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what their value system is. They have commerce. That'll do. Zach in the chat says, I legit thought that this was a BattleBots game based off the latest side quest. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Zach.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Is there a video game for BattleBots? It feels like there should be.
I mean, I bet there is, but I also bet it's from like the late 90s, early 2000s when BattleBots was like super hot.
And therefore shitty. Okay, yeah. That's probably true.
So, I am not sure how to get back down.
I'm just going to be shopping in the cat barracks for the next 45 minutes.
It's... Well, I learned I have a new power. And cats are immune to explosions.
You can think about that when you spend the rest of your eternity on this level.
Ah, there we go. I kept trying to touch it, and it just
Oh,
didn't...
of course.
Alright, I'm gonna go see what a level is like before I get soft locked in a different area.
Yeah,
So-
you can blow things up now.
So, Steve,
really need it.
how is Mexico?
Away from this horrible place.
It's very nice. Tonight is my last night. But tonight I'm probably going to be panicking and repacking my suitcase about 15 times. So I'm not going to get much done tonight. So last night I got a few beers and I went and sat by the pool and it was nice. It's a very kind of homely atmosphere here. Everybody's very laid back and polite at the hotel. I also actually left the hotel as well. I got an Uber because I needed to find a place to get tested, and I walked to the nearest one. I nearly walked into a downed power line on the way, so that was exciting. But that was closed, so I got an Uber into the hotel zone. I actually went further than the Walmart, and got tested. Everything went fine. I was trying to get a taxi back, and I was at Starbucks, and it took me about 3 attempts to get an Uber. Nobody was stopping, and they kept on texting me something that was in Spanish. And finally, the third guy texted me, said, "You're going to have to walk about 20 yards down the road." Oh, okay. And I was in the Uber with him. He said, "Yeah, the reason we do that is that there are taxi drivers there, and if they see me, they will kill me."
Oh, well, look who got a shiny apron. You did.
Well, alright
So I
then.
don't know. Yeah, so maybe just staying in a hotel was a good idea. I don't know. So, yeah, I had a bit of an adventure, but last night, just a couple of beers by the pool. Lots of other people doing the same thing. Very chill. It was nice. It's kind of relaxing. I need to be doing now before the convention, when there will be no time to relax and it will be chaos for 72 hours.
Yeah, it's It's gonna be an interesting one for sure. I finished packing my bags.
Did you repack them?
Say what?
How many times did you repack them? How
No,
many times have you repacked them?
So
Drew?
my dance has been one of weight.
Ah, yes.
Because I have a pretty good amount of books that I sell that folks would look for at cons, and I have only so much room in my bags. And every time I release a new book, that's a little less room for all the other titles. So it's a real dance. I have a hand scale that I've used for years, and it is very handy, but this time I needed to be so precise that I got all my books in to one side, weighed the bag, and then used a kitchen scale on everything else I put in, like clothes and whatnot, to be like, alright, I put books in half, I have like 10 to 15 pounds left, I'm gonna get within a few pounds of the limit, because scale variance is a thing, so just to be safe. Okay, cool. I wanted to get that before I went after this one.
Drew will have a table full of a nice selection of books, but he will only have a loincloth to wear. But swings and roundabouts.
Do I get to keep it? Yes! Alright. That was worth it. Yeah, so I have been dealing with that fun of packing, and I finished everything. I have no room left at all. God help me if I realize I've forgotten something, because I literally can't add it.
It's too late for whatever that was. In a few years' time, you're just going to be able to... You'll be able to show up to a con with maybe one copy of each book, if you're lucky.
Oh, I missed a gem? Where did I miss a doggone gem?
I didn't see nothing missing, Gem. I think he's full of shit.
That does sound true. No, I thought you were gonna die.
Why must you live so inconveniently? Fall down the hole.
Finally.
I don't like the fact that he struggled to live there. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
It's like, do these creatures have agency? Do they want to not die?
I feel like the first time you played Super Mario Brothers and you went to jump on the Goomba and the Goomba went, no! And then just died. I mean, that would change your entire experience of the game.
Sort of like when you find out all those blocks you've been breaking are actually people.
Yeah, but that only counts if you read instructions.
I mean, who didn't read the instruction manuals as a kid?
Oh, I used to love instruction manuals as a kid.
That was like half the joy.
Yeah, no, right. I can't believe we don't have instruction now anymore. They've like built it into the game. It's like putting the tray on the main course plate. Actually, no, that sounds legit. Yeah, I managed to avoid the how many books to take puzzle by taking advantage of Emily Kaplan's good nature. So that's the Emily problem now. Thank you. I thought there was no way I was going to be able to, like 2 weeks in to go and have too many books as I need on the plane. I would have just had to duct tape most of myself in lieu of clothing.
Which would have been extra fun for you since you had a 2-week period to kill.
Just saying.
Wow, he murdered me.
Oh, he did.
That cat just full on executed me.
Quite precise about it too.
Too bad for him, I come back from the dead.
I wonder how people would feel about you duct taping books to yourself in some kind of book armor. Do you think airport officials would allow that?
I feel like the sentiment would be not great, although I do feel bad for everyone associated with having to touch these bags that I've loaded up to within pounds of their maximum.
Yeah, I mean, they might, might be grateful if you turn up in your book mech suit. Might save them a job.
Man, so so you are flying out today, or you're flying out tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Not a bad time either. I'm not leaving till kind of the afternoon, getting in early evening. Should be very relaxed. Knocking on wood there. I want it to be as relaxed as possible with no incidents at all. If I've come this far and it's gone surprisingly smoothly, if there's an incident, it might kill me. The pent-up stress might just release all at once. In whatever the opposite of an orgasm is.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, my big concern is just hoping against hope that my plane runs on schedule, which I know right now is not by any means a given.
I don't know if that's a domestic thing or not, because I've been looking, I was dancing around a few international options. I'm just trying to get into the country, and they're all quite reliable internationally, so I don't know, maybe there's more room to maneuver domestically, so take the piss a bit more.
I know some of it has to do with the amount that folks that were laid off during all the pandemic stuff, since those are obviously not people who are immediately back in the working force. And then lack of staff, problems with scheduling, etc., etc. Yeah, plenty to go wrong, I guess. But let's hope it does. Okay, I feel like, come on, let me smack him in the head.
Zach in the chat says, Steve, the opposite of an orgasm is an anegasm. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Zach. That was very helpful. Kayla in the chat says, was anyone else traumatized the first time he jumped off Yoshi and he just fell to his death? Yeah, I think I remember. I think I actually remembered it, the wonder of that incident. Because there were 2 jump buttons in Mario, and if you pressed the wrong one, you just jumped off Yoshi. But we didn't figure it out. And I think I remember my big sister was in the room at the tour. And we ran up to the ledge to jump, pressed the wrong jump button. Mario made the jump. Yoshi just nosedived into oblivion. I remember my older sister just go, "Oh no!" Yeah, we're all a bit shocked.
Yeah, no one's prepared for that. I was a little more, I think, shocked as an adult when I discovered that Mario is just punching the hell out of Yoshi in the back of the head in the animation.
I'm a sentient being.
It's like, I'm an intelligent species, and by the way, I raised you, Mario.
There are easier ways to get me to stick my tongue out, Well.
No. Okay, I did that one wrong.
Who's riding who here, Yoshi?
That's right, not just any hat, but a golden hat, and it's worth a...
I think that was Mario's first companion, I believe, of any game. And the first thing you do is punch him in the back of the head and nosedive him off a cliff.
If y'all thought I was joking about mostly just using the jump punch, I'm glad I get to prove you wrong. This is always the best! Oh, that was a noise I didn't need to hear the announcer make.
That was, troubling. Oh, I don't know, this game looks quite fun. I quite like the enemies. They seem to be really motivated to kill you.
Yeah, this is the same folks who did Castle Crashers, which we've had a lot of fun with.
Castle Crashers is a lot of fun.
Well, that was weird. Alright, so apparently ice make you go slide.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I can get behind that.
That went a lot smoother than I really can pretend that was planned.
Never admit that.
So, how has the writing been going in Paradise, Steve?
It hasn't, to be honest. I think I've done about 500 words of my Rick project, but I did come out here with sincere ambitions to kind of like, I've got some peace and quiet, I can do some writing, but I have still been working, so...
Yeah, it's not like you've been off of work during all this time.
No. I think maybe if I just had 2 weeks without working, I would have been fired. That would have been understandable. But I would have got a lot of writing done.
I mean, in theory, you could have had a lot of weeks without writing by going that path.
I thought about that the last time my company was doing a reorg. You know, it's a nice company to work for, but it is, you know, it's a capitalist society. They occasionally do reorgs, and not everyone makes it. And I thought, what if I lost my job? Yeah, I could give full-time writing a go. And the instant cloud of anxiety that thought erupted within me. I thought, oh my god, that would be a wonderful opportunity to really live in fear.
What's wrong, Steve? You don't want to join the endless terror party?
Yeah, I mean, I had that thought. I had this emotion erupt within me. I thought, oh my god, is this what art feels like? Is this what it means to be an artist? It's awful.
You know, after a few years, you barely even think about it every night.
Yeah, it's like really admire you guys' kind of level of energy about things. And I thought, oh no, that's probably just constant panic.
Oh yeah, endlessly. Every day is like, is this the year it all goes south?
Man, these guys are really passionate about being independent authors. Oh no, that's just survival instinct.
Ha ha ha! Can't fool me with your trick blocks. Let's see. So for writing on my end, I've of course still been working on Spell Swords and Stealth 5. As we said, that's going to be going for a while. I have been muddling around with the latest shingles. Let's see. I've obviously had a few things to get ready for the convention. Well, that didn't go well. Yeah, convention prep has been a lot of it. I've got the encounter ready for y'all that I think will be very fun.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so there's no boat there.
Fangame.
Oh, I get it.
There you go. Puzzle that one out.
There we go.
Oh yeah, fan games going on. Speaking of which, I believe Steve Rudzinski will be holding a couple of fan games at the Friday meet and greet if you're around. There's a carousel card game, which I am intrigued to see how that plays. If you haven't seen Carousel, let's just say it's got an unlikely cast of characters, and I'm looking forward to see how they stack up against each other in card combat.
Yeah, that will be very interesting. Oh yeah, speaking of sort of random prep things for the convention, I have been working on a magic deck or two, since I think we might have some time for like that kind of thing with hanging out with folks. So I wanted to come prepared, and that just seemed like a fun option.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah,
prepared for John to beat the hell out of me too. Like I know.
Yeah, John absolutely obliterated me the last time I played him at Magic. It was an educational experience. And the lesson I learned was not to play John at Magic.
I was gonna say. I think that's a lesson we'll all have to learn at some point or another.
Yeah. If you're at the con, I think we've got some official scheduled time for Magic the Gathering. So take a look at the schedule. It should be up on our Facebook. If you want John to destroy you, that might be an option.
Maybe we can, probably a bit bold to do it without his say-so, but, you know, in future years perhaps we'll do a version of, like, that, Craig is better than you at Mario card I've talked about before. Let's have John is better than you at Magic the Gathering.
It's just an all-comers. Try your luck. See if you can beat the champ. I'm sure it'll be up for that. Oh yeah, lots to look forward to. I cannot believe I'm flying out tomorrow. And then the day after that, the convention is kind of officially happening. Man.
Yep, I will also be arriving tomorrow. I think most of us are arriving on Thursday since we have setup work to do and whatnot.
That's true. Yeah, if you arrived early and you're there Friday morning, try and avoid John because he will make you lift something heavy at some point.
Am I supposed to fight you or catch you? Are we friends? Are we enemies? What is our relationship, bug monster?
You're saying this while jump punching.
Well, I'm assuming enemies.
Yeah, I mean, that's a safe bet. Nothing in this world has been particularly kind to us so far.
Wait. Okay. I always forget I have a ranged attack.
Huh.
I do like that they let you know that there's lightning everywhere. I appreciate that.
Good to know. Good to be aware of those things.
Real world lightning would be more convenient to deal with if that was part of the package.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite good health and safety. Boss. Considering a lot of this place explodes. Andrew Hardy in the chat's played this game before.
Well, it turns out that that explosion thing can kill me too. So, double-edged explosion thing.
Yeah.
As the saying goes.
I always hated that about shooting. I was like, yeah, I got the RPG, but I'm not going to use that at all. Because that is just as lethal to me as it is my enemies. See, because I'm Doom trained, in Doom you get the shotgun, and that's for life for most of the game. And what you do with the shotgun is you run right up to people, shoot them in the face with it. You forget, you know, not to do that with the RPG. And fair enough, your enemy has a bad day, but so do you. So.
Definition of I'm going down and I'm taking you with me.
I'm not much of a tactician. You guys saw me play Blood, you know what I'm like. Mind you, Blood is a game that really does lean into that. Run at the enemy and set fire to everything. E for boss. Which is what I appreciate about it. That game was tailor-made for me.
Please die. There we go. Thank you. Being
I'd never heard.
dramatic about it.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of this game, but a few people in the chat seem to. It's been pretty well.
It is an older one, I know. It's from 2015, I want to say. maybe 2016. I saw it when I was looking at the Steam store, but I was just like, it intrigued me.
It's cute.
I've really been in the mood for a platformer lately.
You can't beat a good platformer. It scratches a particular kind of itch.
I might replay through Mario Odyssey pretty soon.
Oh yeah. I should do that. I think I got to the very last level on Odyssey. The bonus, now we're just going to get silly with the difficulty level. And it was massive fun, but I don't think I ever finished that level, and I don't think I ever will.
Okay, no secrets. Yeah, I've beaten Mario Odyssey a couple times. Not like I've watched speedrunners and whatnot do it. Not there's a very different level of beating that game.
Yeah. Yeah, speedrun is just, I don't know. Take the joy out of it for me, really.
Oh, I find it fascinating. I think it's really neat to like watch the amount of like movements and things they can do. It's like that's crazy that we are starting from the same set of controls and yet this is what they can manage.
Yeah. It's crazy that you guys are good at this game and I'm shit. That's all I take away from it.
I don't know. I always think it's really
Crazy
fun to
how
watch
bad I am
something
at
just
this
be really good at it. Good at a thing.
That's true. I try to, I don't know, I like watching playthroughs of games I'm never going to have time to play. Mind you, maybe if I watched less playthroughs, I'd have more time to play video games. That's a question for another time, I don't know. But I don't like them to be too good at it.
Doggone it.
I don't like them to skip things. I want to play the game by proxy.
So you want to see like a full run through, not a speed run.
Yeah, I like run-throughs. I don't like speed runs. They kind of, I mean, it's interesting. But, you know. I think I don't like speed runs for the same reason I don't watch movies on fast forward. It sounds ridiculous, but I know people who do that, so...
I get that. I would say it's, for me, it's a difference of what the genre is. Like, watching platformers and stuff get speedrun, that is, I think, is really cool. Like, because then you're basically just seeing an amazing amount of skill on display.
Yeah, particularly when you go to, I guess, the more basic ones. It's something that really lends itself to the old 8-bit ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because what the game you're playing here now is a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of puzzles, there's something like Super Mario Brothers. It's like you hit the run button, you hit forward, and there is no reason to stop. And watching a speedrunner do the entirety of Super Mario is it is good. I can appreciate the skill that goes into it. But
oh yeah, I love watching some folks do Mario Maker, because that's an interesting one. Because you know, a lot of the speedrunning comes down to memorization, but that one is sort of just about the level of skill, because everything is always fluid. They're always getting new courses and whatnot.
Yeah, they deliberately make these impossible courses that only work if everything is precisely done in a really unlikely way. And then they build a course around that expectation. It's fascinating. I think I've watched a lot more Mario Maker than I spent playing Mario Maker, which I did not expect.
Yeah, my skill level comparatively is not the same thing. That's definitely one where it's like, yeah, I can watch someone be really good at that.
I made one Mario Maker level. I made a few, but there's one I was proud of. And you start out in a cave, and there's this big giant head, and you go into his mouth, and you bloop down. And then you go through, like, there's an elevator down, and there's a big heart. And then you go through the lower intestines, and you bloop out of that. And then you kind of drop out of a big butt in the sky onto a huge pile of turds made out of blocks. And I was really, really proud of that level. It was probably maybe the greatest artistic thing I've done. I got like one comment on it. The spelling indicating that this was from an actual child. And the comment was, "You are a child." And, you know, I think the level actually got taken down, even though there was nothing explicit there. You know, it's all this people poop, perfectly natural. In fact, I think it was educational, if you want to get right down to it. But no, they blocked the level.
Oh, dang, I was going to say, right up until then I was like, oh, we should do that level for a Mario Maker episode.
I can remake it. I mean, I want to remake it now. I want to relive that experience.
It's always weird when the cats lick you.
I mean, it's weird when a cat licks you in real life, so I don't
Reasonable.
expect it to be any less weird in this weird-ass video game. Hey, you know what, Drew? You've inspired me. I'm going to return to Mario Maker and keep fighting the good fight.
You know what? If I can remember how to hook up my Switch and capture card up to this thing, then by God, I bet we could do a Mario Maker episode.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Should I go in the weird cat mouth? I have to go in the weird cat mouth.
Yeah. What the people want. Feel it.
It's like a boss level?
It's got a real boss room vibe to it.
Kinda wish I had. Can I go back and like buy some of those weapons that I can now have?
That was probably my favorite part of the Dr. McNinja comic book, where Dr. McNinja fights for all the minions. And Ronald McDonald's just sitting in a spotlight in an otherwise completely black room. And he says to Dr. McNinja, "Ah, I see you found me in my boss room." I was like, oh yeah, that was basically every early 90s video game. Remember the boss room?
Hey, what's the deal? I've got 5. Okay. Now what? I don't know what I'm supposed to get. Well,
Military cat not playing ball.
Oh my god!
May as well explode myself.
okay, so that's what that does. That's a button. That's what you want. Does this make you happy?
That's good.
Does this turn you on, cat?
Feel free to customize your prisoner, performer.
Wait. Could I have changed my weapon in that? Hell with it. I have the weird discus. I'm gonna die by the weird discus.
It's really simple. Do this as fast as possible without dying or messing up.
Oh, well, that's fun. Ow. Ah, shaboodle.
Huh. I don't know if this is true or not, or if Shane in the chat is fucking with us, but apparently there's a podcast conference across the street from the hotel where we're having our convention. So it looks like we might have to fight some other podcast people. Or however that works.
You know, that still isn't as weird as, oh, that was silly of me. I saw the trap and I fell for it. I still don't think that's as weird as the last A&D con when there was a medical conference of folks who were kind of sharing the space with us.
Yeah, but you know, we can coexist with doctors. But it might be useful to have them there. but I don't know if we can coexist with this podcast. Never tried. It's some kind of
crap.
kind of cat situation.
Alright. Oh no, I don't want to die. Probably a bit of a redundant statement, but hey. Oh man, could have gotten another gem. Oh no! How do I get that thing? Like that.
Right.
You make that green, girl. Make it.
Ah! So, Steve, what's been your most interesting experience about Mexico?
Interesting. Let me see. I've been on a budget, so I haven't really eaten out anywhere or anything. Which is a shame. There are some nice looking places around. Actually, a pretty nice area I ended up in. It's like just a little commercial area. But I haven't really done anything. There's a nice little pool, there's an exercise room, and a frying pan and some meat. So when I'm not frying meat or being by the pool, catching up on some Robin Hobb, I don't know, have you been working or sleeping? My God, what a dull life I lead.
You sure know how to make the best of a confusing and hopeless situation, but boy, this place is quite the enigma, wouldn't you say? I would. And you know, a little warning would have been nice. You know, before they threw us headfirst into this gladiatorial, prisony place with its perilous medley of twisted stage productions that shred the silky fabric which weaves together the fragile blanket of sanity that keeps us sane. But you know, whatever. Either way, it's safe to say we're in quite a pickle jar here. We gotta rescue our friends and get back to Mr. Boat. I mean, they do the same for you, and adventuring just wouldn't be the same without, I don't know, this guy. Best chef in all the land. Food so stupid delicious, one taste would blow your face through the back of your head. Like bang, splat! And who could forget this quirky fellow? You know, he owns a bat farm back home, and his lifelong dream is to breed a terrifying race of super bats. None of which makes any sense, of course, because he's absolutely terrified of bats. And this lovely lass always tells the best bedtime stories, hands down. Plus, she always smells like chocolate, so that's good. And then there's this guy, and this handsome fellow, and that thing. All your best friends imprisoned. And they don't like it very much because it's bad and horrible. And then there's Hattie, the best friend of all. Why did he stab us in the back and twist the blade? I mean, just this morning he gave everybody flowers and presents, and now he goes out of his way to hurt our feelings? Oh, I think not. You can't fool me. Hattie would never betray us. Betray us. Never! Something fishy's going on here, and I think I don't like it right now at all. It must have something to do with that scary, albeit fashionable hat. Sure looks evil. I mean, it's glowing red and stuff. Glowy red stuff is always bad. Everybody knows that. So what dangerous treats lie in store as we continue to unravel this treacherous sweater? I don't know. But use caution as you continue your gallant endeavor. Don't like fail and die and stuff, because it's all up to you now. Why did it do that? That was scary.
Yeah, I was, like I say, having some beer by the pool last night, and it just gotten dark, and I was preparing to leave, and there was a group of people staying there, all sitting around in a circle, just quietly chatting. Somebody was playing music on their phone, and then they had this, like, huge guy with them, and he just took down his mask and began singing along with the song, and everybody just kind of shut up and listen to this guy in a really sweet voice, just singing this mournful cartoon. I don't know. It was in Spanish. It might not have been mournful. It might have been really happy. But yeah, it was a strange and beautiful moment that I was eavesdropping on. So yeah, that was interesting. And the other interesting thing was talking to the taxi driver who was worried about getting murdered. So. But no, other than that, I haven't done anything interesting at all. Just been reading books, and lying around in the sun like a big old slob.
I mean, that doesn't sound like the worst way to fill out a work week.
No, I mean, it sounds really boring when I say it, but it's not been boring at all.
Yeah, that's, I think, what most people would say comes to mind, Steve, when they picture lying on a beach for a while. Very boring. Not at all something I would want to do. How dare you?
It's the good kind of boring. You know, it's like, people say at work, it's like, well, what did you do at the weekend? I say nothing.
Did they just try to make me into a sandwich?
It's just a Walking Dead joke. Make me a sandwich.
Oh my god, that's so far back. You monsters. Ah.
Yeah, so if somebody asks me what I did at my weekend and I say nothing, I mean that in the best possible way, because it means I didn't have to do anything, so I chose to do nothing.
Yeah, if I say I did nothing this weekend, that's a triumph.
Yeah.
You applaud.
What did you do, loser? Something?
Apparently my jump punch can't destroy the tank. Which feels a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I know there's a secret around here I'm not seeing. I know it.
If I wanted tanks to be punch-proof, I would continue existing in the real world. That's not what video games are for.
Yes. I want Street Fighter rules where I can beat up machines.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Steve, how much traveling are you going to have to do for this next leg of the journey? Because I know your trip in was a little bit roundabout and pretty
Convoluted, yeah, let's say.
extensive.
Yeah, not exactly efficient, but cheap, so, or at least comparatively cheap. No such luck on the way back. There were no kind of realistic options. I've got to get back in time for work, so I couldn't afford to kind of round in other countries. Getting into Nashville is, from Cancun, is very straightforward. It's just one flight. I mean, I'm going to knock on wood again. It's hopefully very straightforward, and no bored customs guy decides to give me a hard time. Getting from Nashville to the UK, providing I have a negative COVID test, which I should have, this means I have to fly from Nashville, I think to Atlanta, to Holland, to the UK. So, not too bad. A brief stopover in Holland. I've never been to Holland, and I'm looking forward to seeing its airport for 2 hours. I'm sure it'll be an experience.
Wait, so you're going from Mexico to Holland to get to Nashville? Did I hear that right?
Mexico to Nashville. Yeah, it's just Cancun to Nashville. That's easy. Nashville to the UK requires me to go to Holland for some reason.
Okay, that makes more sense than when I thought you were going from Mexico to Holland to Nashville.
Trust me, I mean, there were some like on a site called cheapflights.com, and I look at something and I go, man, that is cheap. Why is that cheap? I was like, oh, because it takes 36 hours and you go through 3 countries. That's tempting. But, no.
I mean, that's sort of a way to see the world.
Yeah, can see airports in all these countries I've never heard of.
Yeah, sure, good. Stop fishing for compliments.
You know, I do like a bargain, but not that much.
Yeah, that's... Time has a cost.
Beef stew and
Yeah.
It's making me sick and hungry at the same time.
And a value.
Oh man, I could save $500 on this flight, and all it will cost me is 3 days of my life.
But Steve, $500.
Yeah, $500. I do the negotiations. But well, what are you going to be doing with those 3 days anyway, Steve? Are you going to be lounging around and reading? Because you can do that on a plane. Come on, get to it.
Nobody's making $500 without the plane.
Yeah, my inner voice is I don't know, it's not particularly forgiving. Sometimes I'm best to just ignore it.
My inner voice knows a bargain when it hears one. Death! Oh well. Oh god! Wait. Interesting. Yeah, I'm fortunate. I got a direct one, so it should only be a couple hours. And I checked, we're not too far from the airport, so that'll keep things easy, hopefully.
Off we go.
Yeah, when far away. Once I'm in Nashville, should all be very straightforward.
I am gonna have to. Oh no.
Goodness gracious.
Say I am gonna have to book a extra large Uber for my bags. It's just the size of them and the weight. I'm like, I can't. Can't risk trying to put these in a normal one and being told, no man, obviously no.
Yeah. Somebody just turns up with a Fiat Pinto, takes one look and he just speeds off.
Rightly so.
Yeah. So I can take your bags, but you're gonna have to run alongside the car.
Honestly, given the weight of those bags, I might take that deal. Man, they really blow up those cats.
Yeah. Yeah, they deserve it.
Feels like I'm missing something here.
Yeah. There's got to be a way up there. You've got 5 minutes to put this out. So,
I mean, I think there definitely has to be a way up there because there's no way out of here. Am I just jumping bad? There we go. Oh, son of
this is
a...
a problem.
There we go.
Ah.
I was using my double jump wrong. That's how we're gonna justify that.
Good show.
Well, you've been making pretty spiffy progress on this thus far. Looks like an enjoyable game.
Well, and the fun part is this is one that I believe has a multiplayer option, so if you want to revisit it later on as a team, that is something we could do.
Sure, it'll be absolutely chaotic as a multiplayer.
I'm gonna go into the gift shop and see if I can waste more yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, again, it's a good way to kill some time in real life.
Wait.
Are you bribing this guy? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not clear on what I've been getting. Aside from an error message about my, Okay, yeah. Apparently my Steam items are... Or apparently there's a glitch, which is a good time for us to run out of time. Ah, the system's not working well. Excellent.
Perfect timing. Well, if you're listening to this and you're going to be at the convention, I guess I'll see you in a couple of days. If you listen to this and you're not going to be at the convention, why not? I mean, I assume you have good reasons.
Yeah, understandably so. But we will be in Nashville in a bit, and we'll be back next week with a regular Adventure Brodeo. Steve, will you be back on regular game system playing with us for that one?
Possibly. It depends if, I get out of Holland. Right.
Fair enough. All right, well, we will see how Steve fares with international customs and report back in a week with our next Adventure Brodeo. Until then, bye!
Bye.